Good morning, welcome back to casa.texpina. We're on build day number 175 this morning, Wednesday, Bali day. So today we've got our regular labor crew is here. We've actually got a returnee, one of our guys that hasn't been here since before the lockdowns back in March. So Mr. Rafi, I'll show you him as we start walking back through. One of our regular labor guys. Everybody else is in their normal spots, so we're going to go ahead and walk around and show you where everybody's at. So let's get started. All right, this morning our painters are continuing sanding on the fence grills. They don't have to worry today. Mr. Buddy is not going to catch them. He's out today, so they got a one-day reprieve. All right, moving into the house. Mr. Carlito and Mr. Ramirez are still moving fiber cement board upstairs for the attic flooring. Good morning, Miss Emie. And here in the master bath, the foreman is continuing with the assistance of Mr. Gabby with the wall tiles. So yeah, they're coming along very nicely, looking good. Mr. Kerwin is one of our electricians. Morning. And still continuing with the roughing in for the electrical, the pull wires and the conduit. Let's go ahead and walk on through. There they go, headed upstairs. We'll catch them in a little bit. I'm gonna peel off here in just a moment. Yeah, those fiber cement boards aren't very light. Aha, Mr. Cho, Mr. Anay Bato here, Mr. Chokoi is putting in some more outlet. This is gonna be a three-way for the outlets here, or for the lights here in the hallway. Okay, and then in here, Mr. Jojo is back to work doing tiles. So we're putting wall tiles back up, and over on the other side there you see Mr. Willie is continuing wall prep. Lots of chip to make sure that the plaster will hold. See, the problem was here that they thought they were going to paint all of this, so they went ahead and made it smooth and skim coated it. So when you skim coat it like this, the surface is very smooth, and the tile adhesive and the cement from the that they're using for the wall tiles won't hold on this wall. So they've got to chip it out, put the cement and put the palitada on kind of thin, so that it all holds and has something to hold to, and then they can put the tile on. So that's what you saw Mr. Jojo doing over here the other day. Let's go ahead and go upstairs. I believe we got a couple of carpenters up here in addition to our moving men. Get my exercise this morning. So Mr. Alex here is cutting the fiber cement boards as needed. Good morning. And his kasama, Mr. Allen, on the outside. Good morning. They're continuing to put the wall cladding on the outside of the dormer window. And in here, in the attic space, this is where Mr. Carlito and Mr. Ramirez are moving the floor pieces. So the floorboards, once they get them in, we're slowly getting to where we can walk all the way around the attic space. Getting there and coming outside. Our two gentlemen on the back. On this side will be Mr. Wilson, continuing with the Skimcoat that he started yesterday. And on this side is the return of Mr. Rafi. And Mr. Rafi has returned, and he will be doing Skimcoat as well. And I found Miss Emie again. All right, today our CCTV guys are back. Up here on the ladder, two of them up in the, one up in the ceiling there, one in the other room. They're continuing to pull Ethernet and cable, coax, from the guest side of the room or the house all the way back to the office. This is where our main server is going to be at for all things electronic. So we're going to have a little server room in there. All right, here in Jack and Jill, the lavatory for bedroom number 2. We're getting underway with the little bit of thin palitada so that the tile adhesive has something to stick to. Like I mentioned before, it won't stick to the Skimcoat. This is too slippery, so they had to chip it all up and put a little bit of a rough palitada or the rough mortar coat all over it. So we'll get started again with tiles, probably sometime this afternoon. They'll do one section at a time. And Mr. Jojo is still working on the other section here in the laboratory for bedroom number 3. All right, also in this area, the carpenters have finished with the dormer window and have moved back into the dirty kitchen area, getting ready to set up for cabinetry in here, as well as continuing with the cabinetry out here in the main kitchen. Divide and conquer. So if you can see up through all the ceiling and grids, we've got our CCTV guys up in the attics. They are pulling the cables for the cameras in their various locations. Working in the Jack and Jill, Mr. Willie still continuing to put on the rough plaster coat so we can continue to put on tile. And Mr. Jojo is continuing over on that side with ceiling tile there. Not ceiling tile, sorry, wall tile. See if we can get a look at it from this side. Yep, there he is. Continuing with the wall tiles. Okay, let's go take a look upstairs. Before lunch, Mr. Carlito was starting to do some of the colored grout going in between the wall tiles that Jojo had done. So we're still working here. Yeah, you start to see some of the grout going in, whiten the lines. All right. And coming back into the main living room, all 3 of our electricians are working on conduit and pulling wires. Oh yeah. Let's go take a look back into the master bath. The foreman and Mr. Gabby are continuing to work the wall tiling. And in the dirty kitchen, Mr. Alex and Mr. Allen are starting to put in the initial pieces for the upper cabinetry around the dirty kitchen area. Okay, banging you here out here on the walls. Mr. Wilson is setting the nails a little further down in the fiber cement board wall cladding, so to make sure that when he goes over it with the Skimcoat that it's all below surface. Don't need any of those nails sticking out in the middle of the paint. And his Kasama, they call it, or also the same person doing a similar job. His buddy is Mr. Rafi here. He's continuing to do Skimcoat here on this back wall as well. delivery.
Here or there?
We need to check them probably before they take them in. Okay, so we're gonna, these are our 2 ovens and range hoods. So we got 2 here, the 2 elbows on the bottom are the ranges, and the 2 hoods. So 1 for the kitchen, 1 for the dirty kitchen. So we'll see this as they bring this inside. So they're gonna have to figure out how to get this box, still in the box, into the dirty kitchen so that we can open it up and take a look at it. And the other gentleman is coming right behind with one of the range hoods. So this is the one for the dirty kitchen. Okay, so they got it turned. They're gonna put it into the dirty kitchen. This one is actually the that oven is the electric oven that we're gonna be putting into the main kitchen. And coming in, the second hood. This is the rounded one with the glass on the top for the main kitchen. So Ms. Emmy's having them open it up. We're gonna go ahead and check it before they leave, because if you don't check it out when they drop it off and there's something wrong with it, it's on your own. There you are, all stainless. All the parts and pieces should be inside the door. So we make sure we just want to check it before they take off. Not actually fully assemble it at the moment. We're not at that stage yet. Check the glass on the top. You check the glass on the top, babe? No, the glass, the top. Okay, we'll wrap it back up. Got more deliveries. Engineer's brother-in-law brought in door frames for our 2 closets. So one for the linen cabinet or linen closet, and one for the coat closet. I know nobody wears the coat in the Philippines, but we've got a coat closet. So we got one that's going to go here. This is going to be the linen closet. One that's going to go here. This is going to be the coat closet. So that's what those 2 frames are for. That's where the doors are going to fit into those. I think we've got the front door in, but they may still have a little bit of work to do with it. So that's the overall door. And we still have the glass yet that's going to go here and down the side lights and across the top, the transom. Okay, we got 3 samples for the tile on the back porch. I think we're going with option number 2. Kitchen sink. So then the one for both the dirty kitchen and the utility room. Single large sink. Pretty wide. We're looking, pretty deep. And a little bit wider. So yeah, this is going to be for the dirty kitchen and the utility sink in the utility room over here. I think we might be getting a little wet today. Well, the good thing is most of the guys are inside, with the exception of Mr. Wilson. So as the rain's starting to subside a little bit, that was actually our first big test after the roof was finalized. So all the rain gutters are done, all the flashing is done, everything's up here is done. So on the inside of the house, it's dry as a bone. Very nice, very nice. No leaks anywhere. So the job is doing good. The roof is done and it works. So for that part we're dried in. We're still waiting on windows and doors, but when those come in, y'all will see them here. All right, we're gonna close it up. The labor crew has already done their yabba dabba do time. The bell rang just a couple minutes ago. The CCTV guys are still here on site for a couple more minutes. So we're gonna stick around and watch them for a little while. Yeah, we got a lot of deliveries today. We got our ovens for both kitchens. We also, the engineer brought some things as well. Our big front door over there by Miss Emie. That's going to be the front door, so we're going to see it once they start getting it put in place. Also at this point, they do not have the glass done for it yet, so the stained glass will come in at a later point. And yeah, lots of stuff today. So if y'all liked today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the casa.texpina star right over here and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen. You'll be notified of our next video upload for your viewing pleasure. So until we see you again tomorrow for Thursday, build day number 176, we're going to be on. Y'all have a great day and a great afternoon, and God bless.